I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Haley, and today we're filming the Unpopular Opinions Tag.
Our first question: a popular book or series that you didn't like?
I know this is going to make people mad, but I hated the Lunar Chronicles. I read Cinder. I thought the plot twist was ridiculous and terrible and made no sense. The only thing I liked about the books was the setting. I gave it one of the worst ratings I've ever given a book on Goodreads. I just genuinely hate it. I hope that everyone who loves it continues to enjoy it, and that should go for all of my unpopular opinions, but I really do hate it.
Mine is going to make the person who recommended it to me mad. I did not hate it. I thought it was good. I just didn't get into it. The Remembrance of Earth's Past trilogy by Cixin Liu. Tried really hard to pronounce that right. The Three Body Problem series, it's also known as. Like I said, I thought it was good. It was well written. I just never really hit that point of being into it. Maybe because it's translated. It's the only Chinese work I've ever read.
Well, and just because something's good doesn't mean it's for everybody.
I want it to. Our next question: a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but that you love.
I unabashedly love Twilight. I mean, I understand that it's terribly problematic. I get it. I wrote papers about it in college. I spent a lot of time thinking about this series, but I still just love it. I have no shame about it. I went to every midnight premiere for every movie. The only midnight book premiere I've ever been to is Breaking Dawn. I really loved those books, and I still do.
My answer is The Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. I don't feel like I have a good feeling of what is popular and what is unpopular, but I know Haley and I both really liked that series, but we know some people who just thought it was, like, really bad, so I'm going to go with that one.
I think it's a good choice.
Our next question is a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you do not like, and we will put up a spoiler warning if necessary.
I guess there sort of is one, because mine is the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series by Laurel K. Hamilton. So, spoilers. When my hand goes down, the spoilers are over. It started off as a love triangle near the beginning and ended up becoming like a love dodecahedron, and I have nothing against many relationships in a book. I do have something against not being able to follow the plot because there are so many relationships going on. I am not a fan.
I didn't have a good answer, so I just decided not to answer that one. I don't really tend to focus on the romance aspects in my literature consumption.
You have no TP.
Yeah. A popular book genre that you hardly reach for.
For me, it's true horror. I read a lot of scary books, but they're mostly thrillers, mysteries, paranormal thrillers, or scarier urban fantasy, or just scarier straight up fantasy. I just don't read a lot of like true horror because I get very frightened, except for ghost stories occasionally.
I am not a fan of horror either, but I'm going to go with mystery because I like it well enough. Like, I like a good mystery now and then, but I never seem to read it, like, ever.
To my chagrin.
I'm going to have to work on it. Our next question is a popular or beloved character that you do not like.
Severus Snape. It's Snape. I hate him.
Yeah.
Not even as a character. The writing is pretty good. I mean, he's believable and interesting, but I hate how much people love that character.
Yeah, it's fine to like the character as a component of the story, but people seem to like the person.
The idolization of his love.
Ah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross. It's gross.
A popular author that you can't seem to get into.
For me, it's Gillian Flynn. I read Gone Girl because it was all the rage, and it took me forever to get to it. I just got to it last year, I guess it was. But I had already read Sharp Objects, and I didn't enjoy that very much. And I didn't enjoy Gone Girl that much, to be honest. I get the appeal, but also I think the overwhelming trying to be edginess, the misanthropy of it is just pretentious and annoying. I don't really enjoy it.
Laurel K. Hamilton. I tried really hard to get into the Anita Blake series because I know Haley really, really likes it, but I could not. Non-starter.
That's okay.
A popular book trope that you are tired of seeing.
For me, it's the thing where a main character will like try and protect their friends by like sabotaging their friendship from like whatever magical destiny or something they have going on. Sometimes it makes for a like decent story, but I feel like that plot line is sort of played out at this point, and I'm tired of it. I like friends. I like more than one character and a love interest. Stop throwing them under the bus.
I actually looked it up on TV Tropes to figure out what the title of it is, but it's the I should call it adults are useless trope. Just the where authority figures, be it like parents or teachers or the police or whoever, the government, are not someone that you can go to at all. That if you go to them, they will not be able to help you with your problem. It is completely up to you. And I'm just like, it just speaks to me personally that I'm like, I like an orderly world where there are processes for dealing with problems and people are capable of like taking effective action to make the world a better place. And I just kind of hate that storyline or that like plot device. I get why it's necessary sometimes, but
You can't really have anything with young people without it, though.
it is true.
It is absolutely necessary for young adult and children's fiction.
It is also why I don't tend to read just a ton of
I
stories
was just thinking that.
starring. I mean, and you can have authority figures be antagonistic or whatnot. It's the
And I mean, you can have helpful adult figures. Like Harry Potter has it, but it's hard. It's much harder.
Harry Potter did it pretty well, or at least there was a balance. Anyways, a popular series that you have no interest in reading.
That I am never, ever gonna read any of the Sarah J. Maas books. I think there's 2 series. I'm just not gonna read them. I know they're super popular. I have no interest in them whatsoever.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan. I have nothing against them. I don't really know a whole lot about them. I've never had any interest in it, and I even like looked it up before this video just to make sure that I knew what I was talking about, and it was just like, sounds good for whoever enjoys it, but I just don't have any interest in it. And our final question, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book?
I feel like we've answered this question at least once, maybe twice, but
Wasn't it the newbie tag or something?
it might have been in the newbie tag. I don't know, but I said Lord of the Rings then, but I will just give a different answer just to be contrary, I guess, just to
Mix it up.
yeah. I really like the Game of Thrones TV show, though I have my problems with it. I actually am way behind, but I think it's brilliant and amazingly done, but I don't know that I will ever read the books. I have read like a chapter or 2 of them, and no offense to George R. R. Martin, his writing is fine. It is just the show is so good that the book pales in comparison.
For me, I went with Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins from the Hunger Games trilogy. The books are great. I'm not, in any way denigrating them. And the movies have their problems and so on, but especially Mockingjay specifically, I think, like, I really enjoyed that movie, And the third Hunger Games book, I actually, like, it was a slog for me towards the end. I, so, I mean, I like,
Just establishing, you meant the third movie, right? Because there were two for Mockingjay.
both.
Both.
I
I just
don't.
know that you really liked the third one, so I wanted to make sure that
That is true, but I mean, both, like, the adaptation of them both was better
That's fair.
than, I mean, because it's a two-part adaptation of a book, so I think it's fair to group them collectively. I mean, I enjoyed the movie more than I enjoyed the book, so
It was a great adaptation.
it really was.
Well, and as you said, that's the last answer. Be sure to check down below in the doodly-doo for all the books that were mentioned and our Goodreads.
And give us a like, comment. We'd love to hear if you disagree with any of our opinions or if we have just mortally offended you by our
We're
thoughts.
sorry. We still love you.
And, we still love you and we want you to come back. So subscribe and, we hope to see you again soon.
Shameless plugging. Bye,
Yeah,
y'all.
bye.